Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to another video of Lunch and Learn. So I'm Jamie Michael Joseph, and this is the videos where we help you, the business owner, make sense of their marketing and simplify the process and get it working for you. Okay, so look, I've just finished a video on email marketing. I'm jumping straight into this one because I think it really makes sense to talk about avatars. Okay, so I remember having a question about the avatar model. Is it outdated? Does it still, do you still need to use an avatar within your business? Avatars are fantastic. Avatars the same as sales funnels. I think it's something else, but like with sales funnels, it comes around as a bit of a trend. So the buzzword is out there. Everyone's saying you need this, you need that, and it's not a trend. It's been around forever. The police were using the avatar model when they're trying to profile who, the criminal is that they're after. And it's the same with, even if you go back to watching, there's a series called Mad Men, which is about an advertising firm, Don Draper, where they try to come up with who the actual advert is aimed at. And that's the same thing we do with our marketing with avatars. Avatars, they're also called, the customer profile, the persona, so you get the buyer persona. So we're just trying to work out really who is our target audience. Now, whenever I've worked with businesses, I ask this question: who are your clients? And there's usually a mix of answers. Some people either know exactly who their customers are, and then we also try and look at different areas of customers that they're not actually taking advantage of. They'll be the ones who say, "Oh, my customers are anyone, anyone and everyone. They all want my product." And it's like, even if that is the case, you still have different avatars within your business, and I'll explain that as we go on. And then the other one will be, we don't have an avatar, we don't have a normal kind of customer, they're all different. And it's like, okay, well, there's going to be reasons why people are buying from you, and there's going to be ways in which you can gain their attention and get your marketing material in front of them. So let's run through a few things then when it comes to avatars. In the email video, I mentioned about the mortgage broker, where, if he's doing an email out to sort of everyone as a blanket email, he's not going to be talking their language, he's not going to be talking to them, he's not going to value them. And that's really what we want within marketing. Okay, so if, for example, then with the avatar, we would have a different avatar for a first-time buyer, we would have a different avatar for the investor, we would have a different avatar for the homeowner who's looking to remortgage or even move home. So with these different avatars, we can also kind of get different kind of looks into those also. Okay, so we could look at whether it be, for first time buyers, it could be someone who is, we could even dive deeper down into their kind of job. So it could be that they're self-employed, it could be that they have a full-time job, it could be that they've just left education and they're in a position to buy a property. So those kind of people will require a different avatar, even though they're the same type of customer, if that makes sense. So even though they're still a first time buyer, there are still different areas that you want to go after. So for instance, with the kind of the marketing campaign that you would do to try and pull people back to either downloading a checklist or something like that, is that if you're talking directly to the person, you've got more chance of them listening to you and taking the next step. So let's go back to that one with the kind of the first time buy, and it being a self-employed person within the construction trade. And it could be a different area where, it's difficult to prove their income because maybe they sub or something like that. But even just with the actual self-employment side, that's a niche in its own self. So someone saying, "Hey, are you self-employed and looking for your first home?" That's going to speak to someone directly, rather than saying, "Hey, we're a mortgage advisor. If you want to, look at buying a home, you should speak to us." Okay, so when you actually specialize down to a certain diameter, a certain kind of target, it's a lot easier to hit. Okay, same for instance with the investor. If you're looking for someone who's a serial investor, so it could be a case of they could have say 10 properties or something like that, and there's a big change coming with the kind of tax laws or something like that, when they need to remortgage now, otherwise they're going to get hammered when they try to remortgage another time. It would be great to target that person for that kind of outcome. So let's look at it from a different point of view as well. Let's look at it from It could be you're selling a product. It could be a jet wash, for example. You know, you're going to have the people which are the homeowners that just do their stuff on a weekend. You may get someone who just wants it for the car. You may get someone who's using it as more of a job. Okay, so it could be the same kind of jet wash, but you're kind of targeting them to different people. I think maybe the jet wash isn't a great example, but you get the point. The same, for instance, then with what I'm doing with these videos. I mean, I'm giving away some marketing advice, and you know, it doesn't really matter if you're not in business and you're thinking about starting one and you want to get some insight into marketing. This advice still works. You've got the business owner that's doing their marketing themselves. You've got, you know, maybe they have a marketing team in place or someone in house that does their marketing. Maybe they outsource it all, outsource some of it, or even, you know, the likes of agencies. You know, this information is suited for them. I mean, I go after the business owner. That's kind of my goal with this, is I'm going after the business owner, but the content is still there. I could then shape that to go towards somebody else, but you know, I'm focusing on one point. And it's the same thing with the mortgage advisor, is that his or her game is mortgages, but their customers are all different. Their customers all have different needs, different wants. And you know, if we look at the coaching sector, there seems to be an abundance of coaches everywhere. You know, no matter what kind of area you want to look at, there's a coach that can help you with that. But those coaches will have different areas. So someone may be focusing on mindset, someone may be focusing on business, someone may just be kind of motivation. You can have kind of different niches within those areas as well. So the mindset could be targeted at sport. You know, it could be targeted at, you know, talking with someone yesterday about women who have, you know, they've become mums and they're looking to get back into work or some sort of career that way, you know, and helping them make that transition back into it when they're, you know, feeling a bit sort of, that's the word I'm looking for, you know, maybe they don't have the confidence to do so. So those kind of different areas will require different avatars. Okay, and it's just something just to think about with avatars. Who are you going after? You don't need to shut off everybody else, but you can drill down as much as you want to. Okay, so for instance, I'll give you an example then. So for my business, we're Bristol Business Consultants. We're doing kind of, you know, we help businesses with marketing, so strategy and, you know, content output, that sort of stuff, and performance. But then we also go after trades. We also go after accountants. We're about to go after coaches next year. And it's just because those areas we've seen where we can really make it work. And speaking to a certain kind of industry, you know, a certain kind of sector, and saying, this is how we can help you, this is what we do, gets more of a target down than rather than just saying we help businesses with marketing. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that kind of gives you some sort of insight into avatars. You know, I may have gone into a bit too much detail, but just keep it light and fluffy. All you're thinking is, you know, who are my kind of customers? What are they interested in? How can I get in front of them? It's as simple as it needs to be. So as always, any questions that you have, get them over to me. I'll be happy to answer them. Check out the page. We're doing some stuff with the website. Should be up and running quite soon. And I look forward to chatting with you then. Thanks then. Bye-bye.